Hey, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. It is Friday, November the 3rd. Makes it my anniversary, Odie.
Well, mine's 3 days away.
Well, congratulations.
So we're close. And then Greg's is 2 days away.
So I got 33. You got a few years. Greg's got 20-ish, doesn't he?
He's right at 30. He's
Is it 30 for him? Wow.
29, something like that.
Look at this. Just marriage everywhere.
Yeah. Love is in there.
I was trying to think. And I need to send a special message to my wife there because I told Odie I'm fixing to get blamed for this, and I didn't do it. Every night, 9 o'clock, little Ellie that all of y'all have met, we've seen the tail of Sophie come by. She doesn't climb up on the counter, but I give them a treat at 9 o'clock. I gave them that last night. I got up this morning for everybody to go out at 3 o'clock. There's Ellie waiting by the door to go. And I kept going, Sophie, where are you? And I turned the light on outside. She's standing at the door looking. It was not me that locked that poor dog out and she froze all night at 30 degrees. It was not me.
That's what he's saying.
I gave her a treat. She was happy with me last night.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, it's just lock your wife outside. Where it's cold.
Oh,
see how happy she is to see you in the morning.
Oh, Sophie was tickled to see me. Let me in there.
They're happy.
But somehow I know that's going to be my fault. You ever feel it in your bones?
Oh, yeah, I felt it before.
It doesn't matter what happens there. DeSantis is still trying to take the heat off of him and turn it around and say Trump doesn't have the oomph to debate with me. Nobody cares about a debate between you two. There wouldn't be one. The problem is everybody thinks he's short now and he's got the little man syndrome over the boot. They call it Bootgate now.
Especially if he's beside Trump.
Trump
would look down at him.
do they really put inserts in boots to make you taller in your arch?
And now they'll give you a stool behind that podium if you need it.
But he's trying. It won't be long till you wake up one morning and you will hear that no more money is pouring into DeSantis' campaign, and he's ruined it to where he would not be a vice president now. He said too many ugly words.
You don't want to. You don't want to.
I'm thinking that Trump may lead toward the South Dakota governor.
Yeah, what's her name?
Nikki. Christina.
Christy.
JJ, listen. What is her name?
Christy Nome.
Christy Nome.
South Dakota.
She's a nice girl there. Mm-hmm. I don't see Nikki Haley getting very far. People are not happy with her. They have not forgotten what she done back in South Carolina. You can do all the good things, but they have not forgotten. This is not a forgiving thing.
Well, it's like Joe Biden. You run against and get mud thrown on you by the other candidates. And then you turn around and you get one of them to be your vice president. She turned out to be a little wacky, and has done absolutely nothing. But why would you get someone that completely ran against you so harsh? Now, I could see if somebody ran against you and they had a clean race, and then they said, okay, my chances are gone.
Let's work together.
But when every one of them's thrown dirt at Trump.
Jim can fix it.
The only one that hadn't, I think, is Tim Scott.
Yeah,
I like Senator Scott from South Carolina.
Yeah. Good fella.
He seems like a good dude. Yeah, straight up.
So we'll see where this goes. Who will Trump choose? And he's the man that doesn't have to debate. He's got it, whether the rest of them want to admit it or not. And I think a lot of these guys, y'all correct me if I'm wrong here, what they're trying to do is get their name out there more than anything for the next run, because they know it's not going to happen this time. Am I right, JJ?
I think you're right, because with President Trump, he'd only have one term left. So he can't run again after this time. So they're trying to get ready for 2028.
Now, do I have the answers of this? Does Trump really stand a chance of winning? I don't have the answer to that, because there are so many
outright win rightfully, I
Yeah.
believe so.
But will it happen? I'm telling you, there's a different feel in America now about elections after these last couple we've had, and I don't know the answer to it.
Well, I'm scared that they've come up with a new way to
I truly wish
win
that
this under the table.
this would never happen. Never in a million years will this happen to where all 50 states can agree upon Senate races and things that are on national races. It's done one way. You go in on this date, and within an hour, you would know who won. We could do that. This is the U.S. of A.
You let a Powerball come up, and they know who, what store, what time it was bought, when, how they paid for it within, just like that.
And I think every person, every vote should be able to be tracked back to the person who cast it. What is wrong with that? Not a thing. No matter what we do, where you go, you got to give your Social Security number, your address, and your water bill to get anything. What is the big deal about voting?
Yep.
There's so many things that make me scratch my head that I don't understand in life.
Well, all these IRS agents start going door to door saying, hey, I need the person who is voting to come talk to me. Can you tell me who you are? Can you tell me who the president is now? And tell me who you want to vote for.
Yeah, they can't do it.
And if they can't do it, say, well, you don't get to vote. I'm sorry, but you don't get to vote.
He's down at Rose Hill. There's a lot. Y'all know that.
He won't answer.
He ain't coming. Always be careful when you throw dirt at somebody. And I'm not going to tell you what the headline on this is, but and Odie, don't be peeking over there because I don't want you to say it. But we had Kansas, a city manager was throwing dirt at everybody on the city council. The only problem was somebody amongst them had some dirt on him. And they might have sent a video to everybody on the city council of him.
Let's just say they may call him Pee Wee Herman.
A good way to put it. Odie going PG on a Friday. I couldn't bring myself to tell you what he really does.
We'll just stick with Pee Wee Herman.
But you
At
want
home, not at the theater.
it was sent from a Gmail account, so they're saying they can't trace it to. But ultimate revenge there. They have taken care of him. He has been suspended for the time being for doing what he done best.
Had lots of practice.
You know, I saw this story last night, and I disagree with her. There's not many times I'm going to disagree with Dolly. But Dolly says back in the day, she's been asked 2 or 3 times in the past to do halftime at the Super Bowl. And she said that she felt that she was never a big enough star to do that. I disagree with that. I think she would probably do it. You know, she's got a rock and roll album coming out.
Could you imagine if she had a malfunction?
Now you done put that thought in my head. All I can see is
the quote is, "I don't think I'm big enough." Where did my mind go?
we'd have to call it Boobgate. Boy,
I mean, wow.
Dolly, I think she should have done halftime at some point because she's such a class. But I will tell you, she's a jokester like everybody else. She's got a great sense of humor. Oh, Dolly. Miss Coat of Many Colors. And I do hope that one day she will get to do that because that's a pretty big deal there to do that.
And her and Miley Cyrus has hit it off.
Well, she's her, what do you call it? Billy Ray named her when somebody passes her, what, godmother?
I guess.
Yeah, her fairy godmother. She's her fairy godmother.
Well, maybe she knocked some sense into it.
I think it's a little too late for that one there. This doesn't happen. As we turned, we all looked for Odie last night, but there was no Odie in the streets of Meridian as we went down for all the festivities. Here we are. What kind of outfit you call that?
An astronaut suit.
Okay, we had the astronaut there on scene.
Who was in there?
I don't know. I couldn't see. But as we go, there were so many people out and about. I had a great time there. And he came. Buddy came back to grace the streets. A lot of turnout. Now, was it starting to get nippy by the time I left? Yes, it was. But boy, what a great time it was. And it's just great to do downtown festivities like this in the Meridian. It was safe. It was fun. Everybody had a great time. I even ran across, let me see if there's a picture. Who is this, Odie?
You know, let me tell you what she did. She took a picture and she said, I found a picture of my baby brother. A baby picture of my brother. I'm going to show y'all this right here.
What's that?
because that's what she did. The problem is that what she doesn't think about is we look alike.
Good point.
She wasn't thinking.
No, she was not.
But yeah, that's my sister. I have to claim her.
You have no choice.
I don't have a choice.
Coming up, we're going to talk to J.J. Anders next. He's running for supervisor here, District 1 in Lauderdale County, as we get closer to this election, which is on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Boy, it's really close.
Yes.
We're going to find out what he's all about. All that's coming up next. You're more than welcome to ask J.J. a question here in the comments if you feel up to it. So led to ask a question.
Yeah, even if your name's Chris, you can come in and
absolutely
ask a question.
Go for it. We'll be right back. As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray on with Odie. And if you'll notice in the background, we do have heat going as much as we can pipe in here. There's a lot of events that are going on this weekend that we want to remind you about. Downtown Meridian is going to be busy tomorrow. Also, we've got Hickory Pickin'. This is going to be in Decatur. Hope you can make it out to their big event. A lot of talent going there for the talent show. And what we got there?
Man, I tell you, first weekend in November, so here we are. And I told my stepson the other day, he came through yesterday. He went up North Mississippi and bought an old antique tractor. And he came through and I said, look, this weekend's going to have the Rail Fest and the Soule Steam Festival.
Those are big.
Oh, they are huge. And I mean, he was like, but I got to work. He was not happy that they're having it because he wanted to see it. But that downtown, that Rail Fest and that Soule Steam Work, it's awesome to go down there and take the kids.
And right next door to that,
right there, right around the corner, you got Earth's Bounty. You do everything right there.
Rick Gully is going to be performing.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
Him in the Watch Pocket 6, I think.
Yeah, and I'm waiting on some information. I was supposed to get a flyer so we can push out, but the Jimmy Rogers Memorial
Bike ride. It's got a different name, but
yeah,
it's where you get on a bicycle and they want you to ride like 100 miles with that little bitty seat. And they're going to have entertainment for you to get off and rest your rear end because it's going to hurt.
No cushion.
There's a lot of people that like that, but I just can't do it. That little bitty seat would kill me.
Yeah, and I'll get a flyer and we'll get that so we can
run up
post
to
it.
Marty Stewart's Congress, turn around and come back. That's where they're going.
Now, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
And Hickory Pickin'.
Yep.
And then if you like sweet potatoes, Macedonia Baptist Church over there, old Virgil Walters, the pastor over there, they got sweet taters, $20 a case. And I've said that out loud, so now my wife's going to say, go get me a case.
There you are. As we mentioned, we had a special guest in the studio with us. He's known to a lot of folks as that guy up at the store that packages up all my stuff. JJ, how in the world are you?
Good morning, guys. How are you? Thank you for having me again. And Odie, you left off one important thing that's happening this weekend.
What?
Well, we got
youth weekend for deer hunting.
Oh, it sure is.
So tomorrow morning, my wife has already programmed me. We're going to go to the Railfest and Soule and Earth's Bounty, and then hopefully about 1, we're going to sneak down to Clark County and go sit on a deer stand. The boys are going to deer hunt. I'm going to pig hunt. So I mean, I've got to be there with them, just to make sure. Right. But
that slipped up on me. I got to call Jay and see if we got everything ready for the hunting contest.
Yeah, the lack of rain has been a little challenging, but the deer have made us mad again, and it's time to go out in the woods and see if we can.
Well, they've been getting revenge on cars left and right.
You got my nephew the other night over in Decatur. Yeah,
last night I think there was about 4 that were involved. One out by Highway 19 yesterday that caused a 2-vehicle accident.
I tell you what, it's with the temperature dropping like it is, they're moving.
They are.
And their calendar went off. They know it's hunting.
They know, yeah. You'll see pictures on your game camera. Then when you go, you don't see them.
Yeah, they disappear.
Yeah. They just disappear.
They got one of these fancy watches like I got.
Yeah.
It went ding, 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 deer season. Oh, that's right. We got to go, George.
Yeah, I think, we have deer cameras. I think they have human cameras. So,
they do.
They know when we're in the woods. I mean, but, what a great way to spend some time with at least for me and my boys.
Yeah.
And we'll get Emily out there every once in a while, too. And, she's a good mom and she's a team player. So
how much longer is it till we go vote?
Well, not that anybody's counting, but it's 3 days, 23 hours, and 43 minutes until the polls open on Tuesday.
You sound like Billy Solid.
Well, I'm trying to, what's the old saying? If you find somebody at the top of the game, you want to make sure that you try to emulate them and take the good things from them. And Sheriff Solid, man, what an asset to our county he's been for the past quarter century or more. And,
I said more.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, the men and women of the Sheriff's Department, thank you for what you do. And, if you see one of those men or women, just tell them thank you. They're doing a good job.
They sure are.
Mm-hmm. But I'm Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm asking to be your representative from District 1. Scotty Ray, I'm looking at you because you live in my district.
I do live in your district.
Anybody living in District 1, I want to be your representative on the Business Board of Lauderdale County. I'm not a coroner. I'm not running for sheriff. That's outside of what I do. But the Lord has blessed me with a good sense of numbers, and I grew up in a family-owned business, Anders Furniture. Started working in a warehouse when I was 12. Learned from my grandfather, my dad, my uncle. Was a manufacturer's rep for years, helping customers manage their inventory and flow and everything like that. Then had the opportunity to open my own business, the UPS store, back in 2009. And then had an opportunity to sell it this past March, which was a great opportunity for Emily and I and our boys. And so when this seat opened up on the board, I was like, well, hey, I was the nerd in middle school that when they taught politics, I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the process about how anybody can say, hey, I want to serve.
Right.
I want to be your advocate, because we live in a representative republic where we all get a vote. You put somebody there to speak on your behalf or advocate on your behalf. Will you agree with me every time? Absolutely not. But the only thing I can tell you is I'm going to take the information at hand and make the best decision that I think.
You back in the runoffs, it was 4 or 5 that were in the race.
Okay, so there was 2 Democrats and there's 3 Republicans, and then so we had the primary, and then I was very close to taking it in the primary, but anything worth having you have to work for. So
that's right.
We had a runoff, and nothing. I want to thank Devin Snowden, who's a phenomenal young man, and Chris Bullock, another great young man. Both did a great job, put their name out there. They're going to have great success later. I think they both should run for something else again. Maybe not District 1 supervisor, but I think they've got bright futures, and that's what it is. Is when good people. That's what we need. Is and I'm being selfish, thinking I'm a good guy, but I think when good people put their names up, a lot of times you hear, well, who's the least bad one? Well, I think this time we had 3 great ones. And, and thankfully I was able to.
Well, let's just narrow it down to this.
Sure.
Odie, see if you agree with me. Our supervisor meetings have been rather boring the last 4 or 5 years, and we urge you to be the next Ray Boswell.
No.
Do we expect, are we going to hear, just cut up a little bit?
No. Well, I mean, I'll cut up and have fun, but I'm going to do everything the way I feel like it should be done legally. There's a gentleman in Jackson named Mr. White. I do not want him coming knocking on my door. And it's like Dad always told Kevin and I, my big brother, there's only two people you have to satisfy at the end of the day: the guy looking yourself in the mirror when you're brushing your teeth, and the big man upstairs.
That's true.
And if I can do that, I'm gonna sleep good, and I sleep good every night.
Because there's been a lot of spending lately.
Yes, sir.
And the last thing that Lauderdale Countyans need is another tax hike.
Absolutely.
On their home. And I don't care who you are, what you make, it makes it.
It does.
Mine's getting just outrageous.
Oh, absolutely. And, and that is the challenge in any business. And that's why I always say it's the Business Board of Lauderdale County. I believe the last tax increase was in 2018. Inflation from now to then has been rampant. I mean, talk to the Sheriff's Department, Lima. I mean, what has that done to your gas bill?
Don't we have another tax hike hitting this year for the courthouse? Isn't that coming in? Isn't taxes going to be raising again?
Honestly, I have no clue.
If I am not mistaken, y'all get ready. Your house taxes will be higher.
Now, I do know
I've
heard Mr. Rainey and Miss Whitney Hodges, his assistant or the deputy at the tax assessor, the way they explained it to me is it's a revolving how they do the appraisals, and as houses have increased in value, there's going to be a natural increase in your property tax as the property is assessed at a higher value.
I go back to the new courthouse.
Sure.
I think that's a lot of cash there.
That's a lot of cash,
and it's a lot of cash.
Was it a $50 million bond?
40 to 50. Yeah. Plus, there's money also borrowed to finish it in other different ways, that doesn't fit into the original.
Right.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
That played, I think, a large factor in everybody of the CTE program going, wait a minute, we already got one coming. We can handle more.
Absolutely, yeah. And, but that's what is going back to, you run a business, Odie runs a business in Lima. I mean, it is its own business. And so all you can do is take the available resources you have and make the best decisions. And that's the challenge, out talking to people and knocking on doors and doing everything I've done for the past 6 months. It could be striping, it could be crime, it could be economic development, it could be a lot of different things. But, sometimes if I need to make Odie's pie bigger, whose pie do I cut?
Correct.
And it's the ripple effect, and it's how do we make those jigsaw puzzle pieces fit together, and sometimes in business, you've got to make tough decisions.
You do.
And it's not popular, and it's not easy, but, I think owning my own business, having a rental business now with my rental properties, sometimes you just have to do it. And it's not always popular, but if you're looking long term, decisions you make now affect you not only today, but 36, 72 months down the road. And that's good or bad. Sometimes you have to cut. Sometimes you have to go out there and say, look, I'm going to spend some money now and because in 5 years it's going to pay off. I may not be sitting there to see the results, but this is what I think is best for Lauderdale County, not only for my family, but for yours and everybody else's.
So Melody asked a question.
Sure.
And that was, when are the meetings? When do the Board of Supervisors meet? And then I want to branch off of that and ask, do you think it's important for the public to get involved with the meetings and be part of those
Absolutely,
meetings?
Of course, because, if you don't get involved, you don't have a voice. The meetings are the first and third Monday of each month, and then the work sessions are the Thursdays before that. So what they do is, like yesterday, Odie was there. There was a work session in the new courthouse. It was the first work session there, and so that's where they really discuss everything that's going to be talked about at the meeting. And so they'll talk about this, that, the other. Then on Monday following, that's when they go through and vote on everything. Now, sometimes I've seen it where they've talked about things on a Thursday, and then something new's come to light, or they've gotten more information, or the county attorney or something has brought up an issue, and they table it, or this, that, and the other. So, but that's when they did the claims docket and pay all the bills and that kind of thing. So, yeah.
All right, more coming up with JJ as we'll find out as he's talking about.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Transportation Commissioner Willie Simmons spent 27 years as a member of the Mississippi Senate, where he served as chairman of Highways and Transportation. Commissioner Simmons understands the importance of working with federal, state, and local leaders to upgrade East Central Mississippi's infrastructure. Willie Simmons is not done yet. On Tuesday, November the 7th, let's continue to invest in our infrastructure like never before. by re-electing Willie Simmons as Transportation Commissioner. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Hey, welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. And JJ was all into this about making tough decisions. And I have to, let me put the camera back over here. You ever had to turn off that Amazon card at home?
My wife is in charge of the Amazon card at our house.
No. I'm saying it's a tough decision.
Yeah,
you have
it
to
is.
belly up and go tell them, look, you can spend no more there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, look, I'm very fortunate. Emily is extremely frugal. And, I'd come home and there'd be 6 or 7 packages of clothes or whatever. And then 6 or 7 would go back the next day. So
I'm going to be honest. I don't know what comes in over there. I ain't got time to figure out what's going
I
on
had
there.
to stop myself from Wish.com and Temu.
Were you bidding? Is that what you were doing? Is that what that is?
No, you just outright buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I bought a suspension. Well, I think I bought a suspension lift. I asked her to buy it for me.
So you think it's coming?
I think it's
Would
coming.
you quit buying crap? I said, I still got just a little bit more room to fill.
I think one more wearing and my new boots will be broke in. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. A couple things. We had some birthdays that have rolled in. We wanted to say.
Yes, we've got one for sure for Jordan Cheney, a.k.a. Teetlebug.
Oh.
Happy 23rd birthday. So happy birthday. Hope you have a great day.
Virgil Walter is going to be hanging out at Macedonia Baptist Church selling sweet potatoes today from 9 until 12 and 2 till 5. If you want me there, we got the number up there for you. Help out on Virgil there in the church. I'm sure they've got some things going on there. Let's see here. Now, we get ready for the big vote on Tuesday. You're excited? Y'all got a big party afterwards or anything?
Oh, no. It's a school night.
Oh.
So, I've got a 1st and 4th graders, so we're going to keep everything the same. We're going to take them to school, pick them up, do homework, that kind of stuff. I've got some really good friends that'll be at the different precincts for me, and so we'll have a small gathering with some close family and friends, but this is a school night.
It's got to be taken care of.
Yeah, well, priorities. And
Odie and I will be out, and I think we're going to be at the courthouse counting votes that night. So
Yep, I'll be back in town.
Yes, you will. He's going on that big honeymoon getaway this weekend.
I do want to throw one more birthday in for you. Next Friday, the 10th, is my dad's birthday. Wayne Anders, the best example of a father a kid could ever have.
How is he going to be?
He's going to be 83. He's a 1940 model.
Yeah.
So,
happy birthday.
Yeah, that was a good year.
1940s model.
That was a good year.
Well, everybody's getting me on here.
What
They're saying Temu's Chinese on. Well, guess what? All the products coming from China.
Yeah, everybody's. It's going to be okay.
So-
You can't help it.
So, Amazon's American owned, and they sell China-made stuff.
Yep.
So what does it matter?
Well, yeah.
Until we start bringing stuff back over here to the United States like Trump was trying to do, we're
Yeah,
going to
that's
have
right.
Chinese-made junk.
Well,
all
Odie,
we're
speaking
gonna
of that, we've got a couple great site-ready industrial parks for some good manufacturing to come back to Lauderdale County.
We would love to have that.
Yes, we would.
Hopefully
we've
one
got
day
room.
we'll get something that Columbus or the other areas get. We always go, well, that was nice for them.
We can
need
have
the
our own
industry
shop.
here.
We do. We need to let people know we're open for business.
Yeah.
And business is just like sales. If you don't ask for the order, you don't get it. I think we need to be aggressive. I think we need to assess what we have to offer, which I think is tremendous. I'm one of these guys. Emily gets mad at me all the time. Well, not mad at me. She's like, shut up. But I'm like, hey, something could go good over there, or, right over here. I bet so-and-so would go, that would go well. It'd be a compliment to what's already there. And that's just how my mind works. I'm always looking for opportunities. And, and in business, if we're not growing, we're dying. And you know that from your business, Scotty.
Oh,
Ray.
absolutely.
Excuse me. And so my thing is from 2010 to 2020, we dropped, roughly 8.5%, almost 10% of our population of the county, and we need to get that reversed.
And there's a lot can be said about in the statement of growing and everything, and I think this is, everybody in this room know this is true. Do I have it on written paper? No. But for years, there was a lot of businesses in Meridian that fought other businesses coming in because, whoa, wait a minute, that'll make my payroll go up. Right. I'll have to.
Right.
And they did that so long to where everybody left. If that does not change, there will not be a future for here. And you have to accept change and letting other businesses come in.
Well, I think iron sharpens iron. And, when we work, competition is great. I mean, you just go down North Hill Street and you see McDonald's and Taco Bell and Wendy's and Sonic and everything like that are, used to next to the store. You had Mr. Discount Drugs and CVS and Walgreens. It's competition. It's capitalism at its best. And when we have to compete for not only employees, but with wages and benefits, it just makes us all better.
It does.
In my opinion, it does, because then it attracts smarter people and better people. I mean, brain drain is one of the things that not only our county but our state and our region, we're losing. We're losing our smart, talented young people to other areas and other opportunities because they're not here.
There you go. We'll be right back. More coming up as we get ready to go back in time. We'll test JJ's knowledge on what's happened in history today.
All right.
Got to have fun.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
This November the 7th, make your vote count. Clark County deserves a sheriff who understands the heartbeat of our community. I'm a lifelong resident, a dedicated family man, and a trusted pillar of Clark County. I know what it means to protect and serve as a community leader. Our livelihood depends on the strength and integrity of our law enforcement. So on November the 7th, vote for Anthony Chancellor for Clark County Sheriff. Together, we can build a safer, stronger community for us all.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Welcome back.
Here we are again.
Look, one of my all-time heroes. This guy, he was the guy that stood up in the subway and said, they done something to his family. He followed him home, took care of the issue. He was in all the Westerns. He was that little guy that was bad to the bone. You could always hear that song playing in the background. Who am I talking about? Charles Bronson was born on this date, 1921, and of course, Death Wish 1 through 38.
And he was big on the car chases that you see now.
Oh, yeah.
Developing that through cinema.
Bruce Willis attempted to make a new Death Wish.
Yeah,
and it was. I think they had one bad guy scene, and the rest of it was it just didn't have it. Charles Bronson took out 12 people, at least.
Yeah, you can't remake him.
Wasn't he in the Dirty Dozen too?
I believe he was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Magnificent Seven. He was in that. Mm-hmm. Charles Bronson was just one of those little tough guys that was good. A land developer. He was good at it. Who remembers this? Andy dated a lot of women. He did during his course of that between Aunt Bee not wanting him to hook up and throw her out of the house. But this is one of the ones that stuck out. You remember her? She had some birthday today.
How you pronounce it?
I can't. Course. I don't know, Odie.
Annette.
Yeah, we'll go with Annette. Miss Crump.
That's
Let's just call her Miss Crump.
Mrs. C. Oh, no, Mrs. C is too.
But you think back on that, he did have a lot of ones that he dated. The girl from the drugstore, she was absolutely gorgeous. Ellie? Wasn't that her name?
Yes.
Ellie.
I think it was,
Yes.
yeah.
I liked Ellie.
And then Barney was a little playboy.
Yeah, he was with
Not on the show,
fun
but
girls
in
from
real
Mount
life. Now,
That is probably the deep, dark. I mean, she had just had to have a pack of Lucky Strikes.
Yes.
The fun girls from up. They were the party girls.
What a
I
great
love
show.
that.
What a great show.
1949, you would first see him on there, and he would move from Archie Bunker to, well, getting his own show, being the Sun there. Do y'all remember seeing Michael Evans there? He started out there with Archie and then moved over to the Jeffersons. He was the Jefferson Sons. And ironically, the guy that he was replaced with had the same name as he did. And that's where confusion sets in. It was two Michael Evans. They were two different people. But boy, I'm telling you, those both were really good shows.
yeah, they were.
I can still hear Archie. Gosh, she couldn't sing.
And she couldn't sing.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And Meathead, I can flip back and watch one episode that's got Meathead on it and just think, boy, that sure is liberalism.
Oh, it was, yeah.
He thought the world owed him a living. He really did. Archie always, well, we'll leave
And he
it
was
at
a
that.
taxi driver.
Sure was. This woman here, I know she's funny and maybe has done a lot of good things, but she never, to me, represented wholesome America. Matter of fact, I contribute her to destroying a lot of wholesome. Did I say that right? Wholesome. How do you say it?
Wholesomes.
Yes.
Wholesomeisms.
Yeah, we try to figure out words here. But today is Roseanne Barr's birthday. She's 52. She's done some things that I didn't agree with. And
But she's not best known as Lionel Jefferson.
No, she's not. We need to take that off, don't we? Ruh-roh.
But yeah, she never impressed me. I just.
Now, did she get a bad card dealt to her on that new show, The Connors? She did. She supported somebody and then ran her mouth a little too much. But I don't know. It just never done it for me. A lot of you may love her to death. Remember the weird guy that was on there to try to whoop up Rocky?
Yeah, he was the Russian, wasn't he?
Yep, the Russian. He's having a birthday today. I can't pronounce that either. He don't look like that now.
Lundgren.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
We just call him old Dolph Boy.
Boy, I tell you talking about somebody that didn't age real good.
Who's that?
He did a commercial for Subway. I think it's who it is now.
This guy?
Yeah, this Dolph guy. And
Yeah.
boy, he is showing his age.
I bet
It wasn't
Jared is too.
graceful. Yeah. Well, Jared's made a lot of new friends.
Yes. And I ain't going toward the joke there. But there is one, and I think everybody knows it. 1956, for the rest of you'd have to wait once a year to see this, but it began in 1956. And if you weren't watching, tentatively, there was no reruns, there was no rewind because you didn't get it when we were kids. But 1956, it aired for the first time. Anybody remember watching The Wizard of Oz? Them little monkeys would scare you now as a kid.
Yes, they
Yeah.
It's scary stuff there. Let's see what else went on today. This would be, in his house is still for sale in Mississippi. If you're looking for a house, it's up for sale right now. But we would learn what Pianos Catching Fire was all about. We would learn about dating your cousin. How it just really wasn't socially acceptable in other parts of the world outside of Mississippi. Jerry Lee Lewis released Great Balls of Fire. It went shot to the top of the charts there. Just kind of went south after that.
Man, I love watching him play piano.
He's good, or was good. Let me rephrase that.
Well, he's still on YouTube.
Yes, he is. Catch that a little bit later on. But I mean, it's somebody finding out you married your cousin. Next thing you know, your career takes a dive. Whew.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
1978, Philip Drummond would premiere on television. And if you're younger than 1978, you're going, what are you talking about? Everybody remembers, what's that line?
What you talking about, Willis?
Different Strokes premiered on this state back in 78. That was a great show.
I loved it. Yep.
The little short guy there. He
was something else.
You know, as bad as it sounds, each one of those cast members, it ended not in good for those. The children.
Yeah.
The girl died of drug overdose.
Yeah.
And I think Willis did also.
Willis did too. And then he had medical issues.
Yeah.
Golly, what's his name?
Arnold.
Gary
Coleman.
Gary Coleman. Yeah.
Well, the problem was they kept showing his face and not his hands on TV. We went from there, and it became a #1 song in the big world of country music, and the rest of the world would know it too. just a good old boy, went number 1 in 1980 on this date as Waylon took it all the way to number 1. The theme song.
Boy,
Love that.
the original Dukes of Hazzard, that is.
That's right. We don't want to talk about those Johnny Knox.
Just wasn't it.
1983, Alan Jackson would show up to get a job here, and so many others that launched their career. And it would be our first time in Mississippi. We'd go, wow, they got videos to music. TNN launched. Can you believe it was that long ago? Ralph Emery would become a household name, and Miss Legs would be introduced to us a little bit later there as Lorianne Crook would get her own show around 9 o'clock.
Yeah, she brought people in.
Yes, she did. She sure
Wasn't
did.
the music.
Yeah, it didn't have nothing to do with it.
That didn't help. I mean, that was just something else to look at.
Well, as always, journalists sometimes cause issues. This time we had an audience member that got up and whopped him upside the head with a chair and got his nose broke. He would also be responsible for that other thing that you talked about there.
Yeah,
Al
trying to
Capone.
find a vault. Well, he found the vault. He just thought there was something in
And
it.
he got into an argument. Was it with Sean Hannity? Who was it that he got into a brawl
Yeah.
with? Geraldo got his nose broke on this date on his TV show. Just hit him upside the head with a chair.
Did he ever find Al Capone's vault?
They found the vault, and he had one of the largest live TV
To this day.
of watching what was going on, and they opened the vault, and it was dead empty.
It was Al Capone's vault. There was nothing in it. Everybody was, wow, there's got to be cash, there's got to be money.
I mean, it was showing them breaking in and chipping the concrete, and nothing but dirt.
They didn't show the back door coming in.
Well, they took everything out.
That's right.
You know, Andy had a thing of that to where they were breaking into
Yeah,
the
I
main
remember that
vault.
every day.
Sitting in the chair waiting on them. 1998, this would be, well, we had Arnold get elected as a governor. We did have one of the best there ever was. We had Ronald Reagan be elected. This one, his career was cut short. He did make it to be a governor once, but that was all happened there. Jesse the Body Ventura became an elected governor.
But you know, he was a straight conservative.
Yeah, he was.
He was straightforward.
He went on to do those shows of conspiracy theory things.
Yep,
did y'all
sure
watch
did.
any of that?
Right.
One or two.
Those camps that were popping up, and they were going, what are these up here for?
Yeah,
It
big
is
FEMA
interesting.
camps.
Yeah, FEMA camps. That's what it was. He'd done a lot on that. I was glued to this TV show. Jack Bauer had me hooked. Every week I had to be there to see what Jack was going to get into. As he made TV Guide, he was on the cover this week with President Palmer. And, well, that's Jack there himself.
And, you know, it was something that whole season was just 24 hours.
One day. They didn't waste no money on clothes.
No, they didn't. It was
Same
the same one.
outfit. Remember Chloe? She was always sneaking him information.
Yeah.
Somebody had to wake up next to her.
Yeah, that's true.
2018. I never understood this, but he loved her. I'll give him that. He loved her to the end. He stuck her in every movie he could, and I thought, what man? Well, anyway, Clint did.
Well, I mean, look at Clint.
Well, there you go. She was in love of his life. She passed away in 2018 due to cancer. If you remember her, she was even in The Gauntlet. Do y'all remember that one? That
remember. I
bus
don't
still
think I
made it on
watched
time.
But
Clint delivers.
he does.
Clint Eastwood
like it.
probably will go down in history as one of the greatest American actors there ever was, beside John Wayne and people of that nature.
I mean, he's done every gambit of acting.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that word. Odie scares me. Ava said she loved it also. 24 was her show as well. It's always those good shows that keep resurfacing no matter what. I'm sure that's going to get into reruns eventually. All on the way there. Coming up, we got more with JJ as we start this morning, getting your day started for you. We'll be right back.
I'm Nick Lisi, and I'm running for Justice Court Judge of District 1. Justice Court is the people's court, and I've been serving the people of Lauderdale County for 30 years. I grew up here, and the future of our community matters to me. On November 7th, remember, vote Republican, vote Nick Lisi.
Have you seen the selection of cars and trucks at Massey's Supermart Auto Sales lately? How about a Grand Cherokee Jeep 4x4 Limited? They've got that in white and also gray. They have a like new 2021 Wrangler Unlimited 4x4. Or maybe your family needs room. Have you checked out the Ford Expedition lately? 1023 Highway 39 Bypass, Massey Supermart Auto Sales.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Have you heard? Broadmoor Wine and Spirits is under new management. Now, they're conveniently located at 49. Well, the farm supply is open right now. They opened up at 7:30 this morning. Been there a few moments. They're taking care of all that seed, feed, fertilizer, anything. If you've got just one donkey, they can help you. If you got two cows, they even do that. All the way up to a whole
Or
herd.
3 goats.
Yes, sir, Bob.
It doesn't matter. They're going to take care of you and your deer that you're trying to feed, because we know the grass is hard to get up, but they can help you grow your grass from the seed with the fertilizer for it, or just corn feeders to feed your deer.
And that right there, Odie, that's one of the important things they're being able to see.
Yes, and those Nebo flashlights, they are awesome. They've got plenty of those for anything that you want, the smaller ones, the bigger ones, anything you need, even shirts and caps.
That's right. You'll find it there. They'll help you around. Walk around, take a look. Anything that deals with working around your house or farm, they've got it. Lauderdale County Farm Supply, right beside the railroad tracks. You can't miss them. Exit 151 off the interstate. Drop in and visit with them today. You'll find something you need there.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, we had a boo-boo yesterday. Let me just go ahead and show up a picture of this. This will be an overturned truck. There's a concrete truck flipped over on its side. No one seriously hurt, thank heavens there. But as you can see, that was a tumble there. Big thank you to the guys with these trucks that you'll see in the background showing up here. Sheriff's Department was there. Everybody was okay. Everybody was checked out. But boy, that was a scary look there.
Yeah, it was.
The Simmons come and pick that up, and we appreciate them doing what they do every day.
That's and you're talking about in a bad spot. And that's 9 yards of concrete.
How much does that weigh?
Anywhere from 4,000 to 4,500 pounds a yard. Then the weight of the truck, you're looking, might as well say a little bit over 80,000 pounds.
Yeah.
But let me say this: if you have a home and you have a small bridge like that going to your home, chances are you're not going to have to see a fire truck on the other side of it.
Yeah, just they don't cross them.
We do not cross homemade bridges like that. We can't take that chance. So use that when you're building your place. If you have to cross a creek,
put in something really solid.
Put in a driveway over a culvert, something like that, because fire engines and apparatuses will not cross a homemade bridge.
Okay, that's good to know. I don't think a lot of people knew that. We had a small crash yesterday morning, and we wanted to point out nobody was hurt. This happened in Newton County and around Decatur as we go here to take a look at this. The Sheriff's Department was called. That was a small crash. Somebody rear-ended a bus. They basically looked off, and there was the bus, and they bumped the back of it. No children were hurt. Jody and the gang showed up on site. Everything worked out great. So we're proud of that. Let's see what else went on. We had that accident on Highway 19 we talked about. And this is continuing to be a problem after problem as we go to Long Creek area. As the volunteer fire department showed up yesterday, these grass fires are getting out of hand, Odie.
They are, and we understand. I've got so much stuff that I need to burn. But the fact is, it's so dry, it's dangerous. It is illegal to burn brush in your yard, trash, or whatever else. It is illegal because it is so dry.
Let's look at Kosciuszko yesterday. Look at this, Odie.
Trees cost a lot of money, and until you have to buy one that your fire burnt, you won't realize that, and your insurance may or may not pay for that, especially during a burn ban, and you set a fire trying to burn trash and it gets out. And these trees can end up, these are investments. So these trees may end up costing you $4,000, $5,000, $8,000 each. because it is an investment for someone that your fire just destroyed.
And I don't know the answer there to the big fire we had in Hickory County this week that got out of hand also. I don't know what caused it, but I know numerous people in the Forestry Commission had to show up for that.
Yeah, they got that surrounded and was able to. I don't think anything was in danger, any structures or anything like that, but it is just way too dangerous right now to burn anything. It is going to get away from you. The wind is terrible.
The Meridian Police Department, I got this sent in to me yesterday, and they respond to all types of things. And this was one of the things. This is out by Walmart is where this is. And as you'll see, the guy is, I had a lot of people go, is that guy deceased? No, he was picked up. Meridian Police Department handled the situation there. So there's a lot of that goes on behind the scenes there. So a big thank you to our men and women who work hard behind the scenes that sometimes you don't quite understand what they're facing. Yeah. And they face a lot, let me tell you.
Definitely have some good guys in law enforcement, and we support each and every one of them.
All right, as we switch back, as we get ready for the next election, as JJ is in with us this morning, we can't thank you enough for coming in and talking with us about all of this. The days are numbered. Are you still knocking on doors?
Some, I'm still doing
it's not Halloween if he knocks on your door. Don't give him a treat.
Well, I do like candy, as you can tell if you're watching us. I hadn't missed many meals, but right now it's the fourth quarter. I'm on the 5-yard line. My mentality is I'm down by 10. I got to score and get an onside kick, and
right.
So we're going through the finish line. Like I said, in 3 days, 23 hours, and 8 minutes, you can go vote. But who's counting? And I just encourage everybody to go vote. I mean, too many people, men, women, have fought and died for our country to give us that right. And you guys know this. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And too many things are going on in the world right now. Not saying that the Lauderdale County Board of Supervisors is going to help with that, but just in general, go vote. Anytime there's a ballot, go vote. When we have 35% turnout, we can do better.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I may catch you off guard on this.
No, bring it.
I know that you've been kind of shadowing as you've been going to meetings and watching everything. What would you say District 1, one of the biggest needs that needs to be done for this, after watching this and it prompted you to run? What is one of the things that you want to take care of when you get in office? What sticks out to you?
Just to continue the job that Jonathan's done, with the infrastructure, with striping and paving. Right out here, coming out here this morning, I see some striping that can be done. Infrastructure is the main thing, in District 1, along with safety and supporting the Sheriff's Department. It's really a combination of everything, but in different parts of the district, they need different things. Paving and striping's one. Make sure that our bridges, Rush Mayat does a phenomenal job, our road and bridge manager. They've got a list of all the bridges that are streamed that need to be replaced, and they've got a good plan of working on that. But just really keeping what they're doing going, and then adding the economic development side to it.
And you'll add a side to watching the budget very tightly. You're good with numbers.
I think I am. My wife may think I sharpen the pencil a little too much sometimes, but again, fresh eyes aren't a bad thing to the situation.
That's true.
And when you have, and the gentlemen that are up there now, they're all good guys, and they all 5 are doing the best they can. I watched them this summer do everything they could not to raise taxes, and they move things around and really work that budget to make it work. And that's what I want to help bring to the table, is really look at creative ways to get the most out of every dollar that we as taxpayers pay. This isn't a money tree or a limited checking account. It's our money. We 3 in here are helping contribute to that budget, plus everybody watching and listening. So that at the end of the day, we have to be good stewards and good governors of our advocates of our tax dollars. And how do we best use our hard-earned money? Because I don't know about you guys, mine didn't come easy.
No, it did not.
And we work hard every day. We're trying to teach our boys that in life you work hard so you can play hard. You don't play hard so you can work hard. You get what you get. You get what you earn. You have to earn everything you get. So whether that be on the baseball field or in the classroom.
That is true. We'll be right back as we continue this Friday. Can you believe it is Friday?
Man, it's already here, and it's also Hamilton Francis's birthday.
Really?
6 years old today.
Wow, big one for him.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Hello, I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm running for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. Many of you may know me from the UPS store, which I owned and operated for over 13 years. I'm a family man and a businessman. The Board of Supervisors is the business board of Lauderdale County. I have the business background and experience needed to be a valued member of this board. I am financially conservative and believe we should live within our means. I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm asking for your vote for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
It's campaign season. Do yourself a favor and elect Reed Tree Service. Got a tree that scares you each time that it sways in the wind? Elect Reed Tree Service to remove that threat. Have storm winds knocked a tree down in your yard and you want it gone? Elect Reed Tree Service. Professional, experienced, insured. Call Mike 601-416-1233 and elect Reed Tree Service for all of your needs. Tell them Scotty Ray sent you.
And as we talk about good folks, Snowden & Company, let me tell you what, if you're looking for a home, Amanda is your choice there. She has so much going on there. Great people that work for her. And as a matter of fact, as we see here, this find your dream home. That's always one of the You're going to see these signs all around town. As we see Jeremy, too, has joined the crew there, anywhere from Clark, Kemper, Newton, Lauderdale. And also, as we look at this now, they've added Brandon, the Flowood area, if you're looking for homes in that direction. And again, if you're looking for a piece of land to build a business, start a home, or if you just need some hunting property, they got that. From homes, big homes, to medium size, whatever the growing pains that your family has, they're there to help you there. Walk you through it, show you what it's worth, what you can get out of it, and advise you the best of the best. Snowden & Company. See Amanda and her team today, and they will do everything they possibly can to take care of you. Great folks. Look at there. Let's see here. Today,
we had a good question that came up.
What's the question?
And she asked, and I didn't see it, but she asked, where do we go and vote absentee? Is it at the old courthouse or the new courthouse? It's going to be at the old courthouse, where it's always been for now. Donna Jill said that she was not going to move or do anything until after the election is over. So everything is still at the old courthouse there on 21st Avenue and 5th Street. So go in there and take care of that. And if you're not, or if you're going to vote absentee and you can't make it today, you can tomorrow from 8 to 12. So while the train is going on, the Rail Fest and Soulé and all that's happening downtown, go by there and do your absentee voting if you have a reason to vote absentee. But it's going to be downtown in the old courthouse until after the election before they move.
We had breaking news, y'all, and I think all of us wanted to know this. Priscilla says she wants to be buried next to Elvis. I'm
glad she says that.
Well, I mean, think about this as we look at this. Priscilla, that's the only way she's ever going to get attention is to be, it's over if she's not buried next to Elvis.
Yeah, won't nobody ever know her name again, nothing.
Now, did Elvis love her to his dying day? I do believe that.
Oh, yeah.
We can't go on with suspicious minds. But that is, for all you Elvis fans, be ready for there will be another plot added there one day for you to go visit. Huh.
Yep.
They say that half of American school students, and this is a big thing, if they ever try the e-cigarette, are hooked from there on.
Well, they're saying that it was a good way to stop smoking. It's nicotine. The smoke is not what is addictive. It's the nicotine. So if you go from a paper cigarette with tobacco in it to an e-cigarette, it doesn't matter. It's still the nicotine.
Now, as I said, I used to smoke, and there's one way to handle it. Be a man, cold turkey. That's what I did. I took it. It was bad, but I made it.
That may be why I got a couple of divorces.
It's short-tempered toady. It will. It makes you ill. It's kind of like going on a diet. It will make you a mean person. Seriously, you try to cut back on a Big Mac and see what happens to you. I am no good at diets. I cannot do it. That's why I'm gaining.
Well, there's a lot of good restaurants. So.
It is. I like to try them all.
Yeah.
We go whole court at them.
Yeah.
How y'all do it?
Yeah, that's one thing we don't have a shortage of is good restaurants.
No,
around
we
here.
don't.
We got that.
You know, we got some good food and good cooks.
That's your constituent.
Yeah, I'm
I'll be right with
we
you.
ought to answer that knucklehead's call on live on the air.
JJ, as we close out today, tell us why we should vote for you over anyone else. Why is the decision, if you're out there going, well, I don't know what to do, why should they vote for you as supervisor?
Well, I just go simply think that my track record or my life experience is what qualifies me for this board. This is, again, the business board of Lauderdale County. It is nothing more, nothing less. Is how do we spend our tax dollars the most efficient, the most judicial, be the best stewards of our money and help get us in the right direction or keep going in the right direction, owning my own business, managing finances, people, inventories, paying taxes, doing all that. Growing up in a family business in it from a young age, I think that gives me a unique skill set to sit on this board and be your advocate from District 1 and be your representative. You may not always agree with me, but you always get an answer.
That's good.
And if you like the way I ran my business at the UPS store, if you like the availability, the customer service, if you liked the accessibility, that's what my plans are for you to have as your representative on that board.
It happens on Tuesday. Remember JJ.
It's 3 days, 21 hours, 23 hours and 58 minutes before you can, So
there we go.
Go vote.
Joining us Monday, the Lieutenant Governor will drop in to give us a message of why you need to go vote in the state of Mississippi. Also, we will have Nick Lisi coming in. He's running for Justice Court Judge. We'll find out about that. And Odie's going to be gone on Monday.
Yeah, that's my anniversary. So she looked at me crazy when I told her. I said, well, I'm working from home. And she's like, and I said, just a little bit. But, yep. So we've got a little bit of sense of humor that's going to come sit in. Greg Chatham will be sitting in for me.
He will be Mr. Odie.
Yeah, so we're going to bring him in, let him sit in this spot for a couple times to get everything going. But
a big thing this weekend, don't forget your clocks fall back. Sunday, it will mess you up on your time-wise. We'll put some reminders up throughout the weekend of that because it is. You just got to get used to it. That's happening. So many events in downtown Meridian, and we're getting ready to head over to Meridian here in just a moment as they're going to be that big promotion.
Man, that is awesome. What Chief does over there with the Meridian Police Department, great guy. Love him to death. Good friend. And Mr. Spivey is now going to be Major Ladarius Spivey with Meridian Police Department. Awesome what they do.
Also, I want to remind you about this. Today's the last day to get this. This is to help pups. You can get a barbecue plate. It is from Squealers, and this helps out Roadside Rescue. Pups, this is not funded by anything but you, the people.
That's right.
I've got my tickets. I hope you'll take advantage of this. Buy them today, the last day up, and they're going to be serving them up this weekend. So help out a pup. Let them get home food. They do a lot behind the scenes that you just don't know.
Man, they really do. Golly, it's that time.
It
again,
is.
Isn't it?
It
Man,
is.
Well, we enjoyed bringing this week to you. We'll be back next week. Well,
part of the week.
Somebody will. But anyway, we love it. We've been having so much fun with y'all every single day. Come back, join us again, and remember, we love you, but not just us. Jesus does too.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.